Fred.
Start.
Are you there? Where are you headed?
Lowe's, then home.
What are you getting Lowe's? What weekend project you got going? Hey, Tabby.
I have been requested by my neighbor who got shafted by a contractor to wire her bathroom.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun. Sorry she got shafted by a contractor. That's no bueno.
Yeah, it's particularly bad because my neighbor is the pastor of the Presbyterian church in town. So it's,
Oh, wow.
not that you should shaft anybody. I certainly wouldn't shaft somebody who of that stature.
Right. But still, so it sounds like the contractor is going to have some eternal difficulties.
Hellfire and damnation would be my guess.
Have you ever heard of this contractor before?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
And had she asked me prior, I probably would have said, I haven't heard of this person because
Right.
I live in a small town and I know most everybody. So
Now, is this person operating within your jurisdiction?
not my enforcement jurisdiction, no.
Hmm.
No, I work in Prince William County. I live in Orange County. So
Oh, I see.
while I'm licensed by the state, I have no jurisdictional authority in the little hamlet that I live in.
But you know the person who does.
Yes, I do. Again, it's the homeowner got the permit, so the homeowner is ultimately responsible, which is the bad part. So,
Oh, I see.
so I'm doing them a favor, and since I retired from active duty, I any side work that I do, I just say pay me back for my material at give me cost my material at cost, and then you pay me however much it's worth to you. And if you decide to pay me too much, I'm going to tell you. So they're in a jam. They need help. They ask me for my help. I'm willing to help them, and I'm not going to screw them over in the process. So
Right.
part of the reason I probably never went into business for myself, because I probably would have gone bankrupt within the first year because I'm too nice a guy.
I was going to ask you. So what kind of wiring are you having to do with them?
I just got to wire the entire bathroom. So they need a receptacle, 3 switches, one for a light over the vanity, one for a light in the exhaust fan, and one for the exhaust fan itself. And they have a fancy toilet that requires its own receptacle. So I got to do that. And then they had to remove some walls in the process to make room for this bathroom. So I got to reconnect some stuff that got disconnected. So
sounds like a fun thing.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be, I'll be, it'll be a day's worth of work tomorrow, and
Oh,
that'll
sure.
be it. So
Yeah, I can imagine. So hopefully it's.
I was like, I can't do Sunday because I think we have a hockey game on Sunday.
That's right.
So I'll do Saturday for you.
I'll try to bring in a different background here to my Zoom. All right. Tabby, how you feeling?
I'm okay.
Now that your sinuses have been cleared out by coffee.
Well,
That wasn't fun.
Yeah, I can well imagine.
I've been sneezing all day and I've been trying to time it when I'm not eating or drinking, and it's so difficult.
Oh me.
It feels weird not driving right now
What do you mean?
because I've driven like right after work, like the past couple of days.
Oh, right.
Like left, like I feel like I should be driving to Raleigh right now.
Well, I hope you don't have to do that until the second round. So.
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, like if they were to go to 7 games, that actually might work out in my favor because I think the second round would start on my birthday.
Oh.
So that would be really fun.
Got well, that's interesting.
Then again, I really don't know how they work out the schedule, so I could be completely wrong.
I do not understand this. So I'm looking over at the YouTube feed, and the YouTube feed is about 50 seconds, 30 to 50 seconds behind us. So it's very interesting to see that. Paul, how are you doing?
It's just like the regular season hockey games, watching it on the NHL TV.
Yeah, and following it on Twitter. Yeah, that's the.
I wonder if anybody is actually gonna like watch us.
I have no idea. I guess the reason I thought about it was, I mean, anybody can get Zoom, but people actually have to sign up with their email, and maybe they don't want to go through all that business. So I'm about to tweet it here. So about to tweet the link.
It's a little
I'm gonna put it down here in
nerve-wracking.
the chat. Here's the YouTube link. So,
Does that mean I need to watch my language?
no, it doesn't. You do whatever you want. So
Please don't watch your language, Paul.
I try not to swear, but it just happens.
well, you are Scottish, so. Hey, did you get your vaccines yet, Paul? I can't remember the timing of yours.
Yeah, I've got the first one. I don't know if I'll get my second one.
Okay, did you Pfizer, Moderna, or what?
Got the AstraZeneca.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know there was 2 shots with AstraZeneca, I guess.
Yeah, all vaccines are, you have to double up on them.
I don't think Johnson & Johnson is. Johnson & Johnson single shot. So.
Is that a penis joke?
No. No. Hey, Whitney, what's up?
Nothing.
So what are you doing in this off season?
Preparing for next season and all the events. So like our first big event at the arena is UFC next month. So
Oh, really? Oof.
Yeah, it's already sold out. So we're just getting ready for that.
Are you a UFC fan?
No, I have really no clue about it. So I'm just like, okay, UFC's coming here. I know it's boxing, but that's about it.
It's kind of weird actually seeing you guys now.
Why is that?
Well, I had Thursday off work, so I was able to come to the tailgate on Wednesday, and like nearly all y'all was at the game,
Uh-huh.
and I think there was just maybe 5 of us at the tailgate, and we're just kind of sitting there like, so who's doing the quiz then?
You can talk. I mean, you guys can actually exchange ideas, cuss each other out or whatever. I don't have to be here. So
It is weird, but I missed this too. Like, even though I was there, I missed doing this.
That just sounds like, Whitney, Paul, I really missed you guys.
Yeah, of course.
yeah. I will say that the conversations we have here tend to be better than the ones that I had at the tailgate for the past 2 games. But I'm the type of person when I go to a tailgate that I float. So I don't really stay with talking to one group of people. Zach and I had a good conversation on Monday, I think it was, and Tabby was there, but otherwise I just kind of bounce around. But I don't really sit down and talk to people. So I thought I was going to do that Wednesday night, but I did not.
There was a girl at the tailgate who I've met a couple of times. I've been over, Laura Aishin, little girl. I think she's Korean.
Okay.
She was definitely in the group photo that you weren't in, Ross.
Say what?
Oh, there was a group photo from mainly the 328 people, but some of our people ended up in it as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw Cheyenne in it, but I saw Cheyenne, but I didn't really see too many other people that I knew. So
How did the pinata go?
fantastic.
No, it was a disaster, but you try stuff, you do what you can.
It was a
So
good idea.
Did the fire department come out to?
They should have.
There he is, Mr.
Zach-
Moose. Welcome.
I couldn't really see what was going on, Zach, because like you were over the other side of the road, so I couldn't see how.
I did not want to be anywhere near that fire, Paul. I did not want to be anywhere near it.
I didn't even see the fire. I just saw people hitting stuff.
Oh yeah, it was like really got interesting at one point when somebody said, and thank God he noticed. He's like, you might want to kick the take the lighter fluid away from where the fire is.
Yeah.
So Zach kicked it, and I'm like, I'm glad it went in the direction he kicked it, as opposed to glancing off his foot and landing right in the middle of the friggin'.
Oh my God.
Sounds like Zach's an arsonist.
Oh
It
man.
was just a wild afternoon.
Our fire, I think the fire safety, we need a couple hours of training on fire safety, I think, before we attempt something like that. Because it did strike me as like, okay, we don't even have an extinguisher nearby, which would have been a really superb idea, to have an extinguisher. And Zach's trying to step in it to put it out. I'm like, whoa. Like, you do not want like burning polyester on your foot. Holy crap. So, but you know what? In the end, it burned, and that was a benefit.
And Hall didn't score, so you're welcome.
There you go. Perfect. See, I mean, it all means justify the end.
Can't
So.
say that it didn't help.
That's
You can't say that it did, but you can't say that it didn't.
right. Just glad nobody got effed up because of it. So.
True.
Uh-oh,
Seem
Moose is
to-
on twice. We got 2
Oh.
Moose. They're
Oh.
Meese.
Cannot start video.
And
Uh-oh.
Paul forgot how to do video. What has happened to this group? We're falling apart.
No,
There
I just
we are.
see. I've got a
Hey.
new laptop, and everything's all good. And then it's just said, "Cannot start video. Failed to start the video camera. Please select another video camera in settings." So
Mm.
I'll try and do that.
Hey Moose, where you coming from?
Oh man, just got off work.
Hmm. What do you do?
I deliver tires.
That sounds fun.
Oh
That-
yeah, man.
That's a good fit for our buddy in Virginia, Tire Tread. That's his,
Yeah. I actually used to shred paper for a living, and at the end of every season, PNC would call us, and I'd shred our playoff tickets because we never made it to the playoffs.
Oh man.
Oh, that's
So
so
sad.
sad.
I know. I was sitting there with my Hurricanes hat, just like, I don't even want to do this.
Oh, man.
But
Oh man.
I'm
when,
going to be back in a couple of minutes. I've got to restart my laptop.
All right, Paul. Go ahead, Moose.
yeah, but like when I quit, my buddy took over that job, and it was like the 2 years ago. He got they gave him like all the leftover rally towels and stuff, so it was pretty dope.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh man.
Great. It's always fun to see a picture of your kiddos on the bird machine.
Oh yeah. I got one of them, Lincoln 6, so we're trying to get him better. I actually left Walgreens because I had to pick up some medicine for him.
Uh-oh, is he sick? What's he got?
Yeah, it's a little cold. Ain't
Oh,
much.
okay.
Just real stuffy.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So are you friends with Aaron?
I had no idea. I've met all y'all on Twitter this year.
Oh, okay.
I
Well, I was going back and
Twitter.
forth with Aaron. Aaron lives in Australia. I didn't know if you were if you had already known him or not.
I mean, I just make friends everywhere I go.
Oh, okay.
I literally just added, like I said, I just followed up all of y'all on Twitter, and then it just led to this. So
Very cool.
I'm not complaining.
No, glad you're here. Amanda,
yeah.
you're in the, we got three
Another
more. We got
driver.
a lot of car people today.
I feel like I need to go drive around the neighborhood to feel like I'm part of the team.
I know. I feel like you could jump in my car.
Well, yeah, I don't know how we can talk about because I got to go back into work with two kiddos.
That's funny.
No worries.
Amanda, you just getting off work from Raleigh PD?
Or are you in a police car?
Yep. No, I don't drive a police car.
That's
That's my
sad.
own car.
Do you at least have your little? Do you have at least have your own little dash light that you can throw up on there?
No,
Oh,
I'm not official. I'm not
Oh.
important.
No, don't say that.
You are.
I am just a measly basement dweller.
Yeah. Well, hey, at least you're not observing the urination anymore. So at least you've been promoted from that.
This is true. This is true. That's funny.
Luke, good to see you.
What's up?
Not much. So Whitney, besides UFC over there at the Yote Stadium, what else are y'all doing?
That's it. Sending numbers to the league, preparing for all the events that are coming up. It's graduation now, so if you do see a bunch of people in caps and gowns, that's why. We have graduations at our stadium as well as the Cardinal Stadium across the street.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
Yeah, my commute is like 10 minutes longer because the way I normally go is being blocked off.
Ah, great. I think I saw somebody today in a prom gown.
Oh, it's that time of year too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
prom and graduations are happening now.
Can someone explain to me why the thing that I posted, it's the picture with Rod yelling at the ref? Like, why is that so funny? Like, everybody absolutely loves it. I don't understand.
Oh, the rock, paper, scissors thing?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
it's the first thing
Wow.
that came to my mind, but like everybody is like freaking out over it. And I'm like, I mean, okay. It's not
I don't
the
think you can
funniest
ever.
thing I've ever
I don't
said.
think you can ever predict what hits, Tabby. I think
It's so weird.
You
it
can't.
is.
You definitely can't.
I don't understand.
I mean, it's just it's what it looked like. Because his hand is like perfectly like spaced out, like it was like this
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, I was like,
It's what it looked like to me. So I was like, well, whatever. I'll just say it, but it's very odd.
be
I don't
proud of your
understand.
humor.
Well, I guess. I don't understand why, however many people follow me, like why they do it anyway. I'm like, sorry guys, like don't know why you're here, but thanks.
So try reading between the lines a little bit. How rock paper scissors is such a simplistic game. It's so easy to understand, so easy to get it right, and with as many penalties as were called last game, and with the officiating as inconsistent as we've seen, maybe some people like to draw the transitive properties, like he's explaining something that should be as simple as their job.
I think that's a really good. I think that's a
Yeah.
really good explanation. I will take
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
what you meant, right? That's what you meant, Debbie,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. 100%.
I see it though.
Oh man.
So this defenseman situation today has been interesting.
Yeah.
Certainly has.
Weird.
I have an explanation for that too.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
So, Lajoie is actually a solid player. I know we don't all know a whole lot about him, but as I don't know if any of you already listened to Alex and Brandon and their podcast today, but they released another one. They talked about him a little bit. Alex knows the most about him because he's an ex-senator, but classic case of kid got rushed to the NHL and his development kind of hit a wall, but he's back on track with the Wolves. With as much time as we spent away from 5-on-5 last game, our penalty killers like Pesci and Shea and Stahl, and they all played some really heavy minutes last game. So what Rod's doing is adding another. Lajoie played top line PK and top line power play for the Wolves this season and put up I think it was 21 points and 27 or something, plus 9. He's a solid player, and he should pretty effortlessly slide into the lineup and do the job on that third pair. But it's to have another option in case we see officiating like we saw last game, because those were heavy minutes for Pesci, Shea. So it's not to hide guards at all. That's the wrong take.
So, Luke, I have a question for you then. So that's all great. Like I understand that and understand he has different skills than Gardner. Then why were we playing Ryan and Keane? Like, why didn't we give this guy a look instead of them? It feels like we're jumping to our 10th or 11th defenseman. I know it's not exactly the way to think of it, of course, but it feels like we're jumping oh, number 6 is out, so let's replace him with number 11 instead of number 7 or 8. It feels weird. It's why do you think Lajoie didn't get a look in Joey Keane did and Joakim Ryan did?
Just additional reps, because I don't have a perfect answer for that. I think they just wanted to get Keane's feet wet with his NHL game, and I mean that was a forgettable one for everybody. So, and as for Joakim Ryan, he's already played NHL games, I believe. So, I guess if they were just looking for a quick Band-Aid fix, I really don't have a great answer for that part of the question. It's
that's where I lose it. Is I don't know. I get that he's good, but then why was he seemingly lower on the totem pole during the regular season? But I don't know. We'll see.
Problem back weren't. I mean,
is it that he is more of a Slavin replacement, and we are looking for replacements for other guys, and he's got more of a Slavin skill set, and since he was not hurt, we didn't need to replace him? Is that part of it? Do you think? We were looking to fill
because he's top line penalty kill. I think it's to. I mean, my initial thought was just that it's to take some of the burden off of the guys who had to play heavy minutes last game, to have another option for special teams play if we are indeed going to be playing away from 5-on-5 again. Because I guess you can never really have too many killers and.
I mean, we need to protect Pesci. I mean, if Slavin's dealing with stuff, Pesci needs to not play 30 minutes a game. We'll be in trouble if that's the case. So it makes sense there. But I don't know. It just feels weird in the playoffs to have a guy play his first game of the season. It's a weird feeling. It's a little unsettling, but
I'm also gonna take the cheap way out and say the front office knows more than we do. This
oh,
guy,
for sure. Not questioning. I'm just kind of trying to understand.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got you. Like, I love Gardner, but I don't know. I'm excited to watch him play tonight. I've heard nothing but good things about the kid. So I say kid, but he's only 2 years younger than me. So
Was he like 24, 25?
24, yeah.
Okay, so he's got some. I mean, if he turns into something, who knows?
He's got time.
Well, like has been discussed here, those defensemen don't develop until they're a little bit older. So
Too true, Ross. And it's just a weird thing to come across. It's like, oh, we're in the playoffs, and here's a guy you've never seen play before. Good luck.
Yeah.
It just feels like, ugh, I don't like that.
My first reaction when I saw that name, I was like, "Oh, great! You know, this guy can make his debut for the season during the playoffs. That's great timing." So,
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, he's not going to play much. If he hits 10 minutes, maybe.
yeah.
I mean, what was it that like Gardner and Bean combined for like 20 minutes last game? So
Yeah, but there was so much friggin' penalty kill. I mean, that's the reason why.
yeah, for sure. That was nuts. So what do we think about that? Like, are we being super undisciplined? Are the refs actually at all to
No.
blame? What's that? Obviously, like, it's not all the refs' fault. We like to complain, but like, obviously,
Yeah.
we're at least a good chunk to blame. But I don't know, man. It felt rough.
Stupid. It felt stupid. That's what it felt like. I mean, I thought that in the playoffs, the refs were supposed to just kind of like let things flow more so than the regular season,
That's fair.
you know?
I would say that was my lifetime of watching hockey. That's been my
Well, you know, I
interpretation.
wonder though. I mean, some of the games, was it the first game of the, you know, obviously of the Capitals and the Bruins, and the first game of the Lightning and the Panthers, and these are games played before we played our first game. They got really, really chippy, and super, you know, heavy. And I wonder if the referees just, you know, I'm sure they talk to each other. I'm sure there's like refereeing Zoom calls where they all
Yeah.
sit around like, you know, listen, guys, we can't. What happened in these first couple of games, we can't let that go on for the rest of the series, in any of the series. And so you just need to call super tight games all the way around.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, I didn't know you're.
no, go ahead, Tabby.
Well, yes, but then they just sit there and watch Martinook get punched in the face 50 times and don't do anything about it. Like
Oh,
don't
they called a
stop
penalty
it.
on him there.
It was the non-calls that got me more
Well,
so
I know,
than the
but they didn't
calls.
stop it.
Yeah, I agree, Jim.
Like they didn't call Holla for embellishment. They didn't call
Oh,
that
yeah.
dude for punching Marty. All the penalties they called on the Canes, I think they called too many, but I could see why they called them. You know, if you give them a chance to call a penalty, they're going to call a penalty.
This is all the stuff that I miss just having to watch the highlights because I can't watch the games live just now.
Yeah.
I've got to rely on people putting GIFs up on Twitter and stuff so I can see stuff.
Like Aho made a gesture towards Holla's neck, and I could see why they called it, but they didn't call Holla for embellishment, and the ref was right there. It's absurd.
And like, I don't want to play that card, but the rule in sports, right? Or like the star players are supposed to get the benefit of the doubt, and like Holla's not at Aho's level. Like Aho is a star player, like he should maybe get the benefit of the doubt there. Like,
But the thing is, like, I forget who it was in game one that got tripped, and then they got tripped. So they called a penalty on Nashville for tripping, and then called embellishment on us.
McGinn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. He got pitched like I am gold, so he got pitchforked. I mean, it wasn't like he could even. He could not embellish. He had to fall down. And like he had no choice but to
He
fall
threw, his,
down.
he threw his arms out, but I think it was to catch himself, not to gesture. But and then the thing is, like, if they had called Holla for embellishment, I would have zero qualms about that whole thing. But
I don't know.
they didn't.
I have like this is probably a stupid opinion, and tell me if you think it is. But I think in the situation with like Brock McGinn, like if a penalty is committed against you, and that's a legitimate penalty, there should be absolutely 0% you could ever call embellishment. Like if you actually are penalized, fall however you want. Like if it's a legit penalty, I can fall like a drama queen. I don't care. He committed an actual penalty. Embellishment's like trying to sell a fake penalty. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
I'm surprised the refs didn't call embellishment on Tavares last night.
Right. Seriously. Oh, you went to
Yeah.
hospital or you embellished it? Like if someone commits an actual penalty against you, you can't embellish it. It doesn't like logically make sense. Because like to me, embellishment is like there wasn't a penalty committed, but you tried to make it look like one. So how can you embellish something that actually happened? I don't get it.
I've
It's
seen
like,
it. I don't think I can
That's
explain it,
what's-
but I've seen it.
That's what it's like in football. Either the guy gets a free kick for diving or flopping, as you guys call it, or there was a foul committed and it's a free kick. So it's
like-
one or the
it's
other.
like,
not
yeah,
both.
he tripped you,
Never
but you
both.
didn't fall like a man. Like what the hell? Like what does that mean? Like, yeah, he tripped you, but you didn't fall correctly. Like, yeah, who cares? You tripped you and you fell however you wanted to fall. Why do you get blamed for flailing your arms when you fall? Like, that's nonsense. Sorry. Like, I get so mad about that.
It's like goalie interference. We don't know what embellishment is anymore, I guess.
It just should never exist when there's an actual penalty because it makes no sense.
So stupid.
It's in the same realm as goalie interference.
Like, I get it. If someone like pushes you and you're like, oh, and you fall down, yeah, embellishment. That's like what the point is.
Right.
I don't know. I get mad about that. And it like happens. I've never seen embellishment called on our opponent. Like maybe it's happened, but I don't remember.
I
Right.
don't either.
It's fine. No worries. Our penalty kill. It's funny, like all season, we were the power play team, right? We were the number one power play most of the season. I think Edmonton passed us to finish the year, but our penalty kill is ridiculous. Like it's so good. Like teams never can set up in the zone against us.
Did you read the article in The Athletic?
Yeah, by Sarah.
Yeah, that was so
I don't
good.
think so.
Yep.
I've been so busy this week because I've cut so much work. So I've had to been like so focused when I haven't been cutting work. Because like even on like the tailgate days, like I had to like start getting stuff ready like before I leave. Like it's been crazy. But what was the article? Like what did I miss? Give me some highlights, key takeaways, Jim.
Well, let Ross talk about it.
Give him the TLDR.
Ross is better at that than I am.
TLDR.
It's
Yeah.
just an analysis of the power. I'm trying to find it real quick.
I mean, essentially, it kind of plays. It goes to what has been said before about the Canes penalty kills. Actually, they call it the power kill.
Oh yeah.
And they just put a lot of puck pressure, and they like some penalty kill defensive schemes. Number one, they're going to rely on their defensive players to be on the penalty kill, and number two, they're going to try to disrupt it once it gets into the zone, and kind of hope that the opposing team, that the team on the power play, makes a mistake or does something like that. Whereas and they're conservative in their play, as opposed to the Canes, which number one, they challenged the offensive zone entry by the team on the power play, and then number two, they actively. Well, they have some of their top offensive players on the penalty kill, like Teravainen and Aho, to name a couple, and then Natchez,
And
who's
Trocheck,
a speeder, and Trocheck as well. And what they try to do then is they actually set up plays to do outlet passes, and rather than just clear it down the boards. And that's what happened. That's what happened with the score that put the game away on Wednesday night. Was that Pesci got the puck, and this wasn't actually penalty kill though. This was when they had the empty net. But it was kind of the
Yeah.
same thought, is that Pesci shot the
5-on-6
puck down
versus a 5-on-4.
Yeah, he shot the puck all the way down the ice. Now he missed the net. He might have been aiming for the net, but he also knew when he looked up that if he had sent it along the boards on the, I don't know if you'll call it left hand side or right hand side, but it had been the right hand side of Nedeljkovic, that if he'd sent it that way, there were a bunch of guys waiting for the puck, a bunch of predators, and so he sent it, which would have settled it down. I mean, it would have allowed them to get back in position. But when he looked up, and I think he saw that Aho had a step on whoever was next to him, it was Roman Josi or who it was, and so he fired it down. He knew it wasn't going to be icing because he knew that Aho could get down there eventually, and if it didn't hit the net, it was going to be the Aho that won the race, and there wasn't going to be icing anyway. And of course, it bounced off the boards in the back of the net, came out, and Aho does an oblique angle and puts it in the net. So it's like that mentality of attack, rather than defend. Is kind of what I think Sarah was getting at in the article.
If you look at where we were two seasons ago, the first year we made the playoffs, and our both penalty kill and our power play were fucking terrible. And now it's like the team's grown because it's the nucleus of the guys that have still been here each season. It's only been like component parts that have dropped in and out.
I think a lot of it helps that our forwards are so good defensively too.
Yeah,
right.
It does help when your head coach is one of the best defensive forwards that's ever played the game.
Yeah, and face off.
But I mean, I don't know if you guys follow Doug Abrams on Twitter.
I do. He's a strong drink of tea, though, I will say.
He's very opinionated on Twitter, but he's a really nice guy. He's got a kid at Edinburgh University, so he's, well, not in the last year, but he's over 2-3 times a year. So I head over to Edinburgh and meet up with him. But he was like really heavy-handed slating both the penalty kill and the power play 2 seasons ago, but now he's like giving them the biggest plaudits, and rightly so. But it's incredible to see the steps that the team's taken year after year after year on special teams.
Yeah, I mean, our special teams we're probably, I forget Luke, he's muted, but there's some metric for like when you add in the penalty kill percentage plus power play percentage. So it's like how much the percent you kill versus the percent you score. And if it's like over 100%, that's really good. I think at one point this year we were like 112 or something, which is crazy. That's like super good, like combined.
Yeah, I heard that stat somewhere.
Been like top 5 in both, like in most of the season. It's nuts. Question for people that have been, let's just say, more sober during games than I have. Has McGinn and Fogle been playing penalty kill anymore? Or have we switched away from the McGinn, Fogle, Martinook lifestyle in the penalty kill?
I don't think I remember them being in the PK the last 2 games.
Oh.
Because they have been historically, but I think we really, like to your point, switched more to like the Natchez, Trocheck lifestyle versus McGinn, Fogle, Martinook, who were the.
I mean, the quarterback for 1 was Dougie, and the quarterback for 2 was Bean.
Penalty kill.
Yeah, PK. Oh, penalty kill, not power play. I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah, let's say you're talking about power play.
Yeah. No, I don't remember. I mean, McGinn and Martinook, I really haven't been playing that much. I haven't noticed their minutes. But so here's one stat that's going to make everybody in this room happy. I don't know if you saw, I think it was at the end of period 2. I think it's the end of period 2. Holla had won 8 of 9 faceoffs. He was like 83% in the faceoff circle. He was beating guys like Trocheck in the faceoff circle. And I don't know, well, he wound up, I think, for the game with like 63% or something like that. And I'm like, what? Again, I talked to Luke about this at the tailgate on Wednesday night, and I didn't talk enough about it because I had more questions about what makes, like, how do faceoffs work? Because honestly, I still don't know everything there is to know about it. But in terms of like, is it like Twitch reaction that makes, is that what makes a really good somebody really good on the face off. Because we
It's
know Stahl's awesome. Trocheck is really good too, but I mean Hall on Wednesday night, he was kicking ass. It was incredible. So
the two things for face-offs: timing and technique, and it all depends on the situation of which face-off circle you're in, because you could be, see, I shoot right-handed, but I'm stronger on face-offs on the left side of the ice than I am on the right side of the ice, because you change from your hands being like that, so you reverse your bottom hand, so you've got a better push-pull technique. But I'm just a bit different from everybody else. I'm a bit unorthodox that way.
But in terms of like, and this is for you Paul and Luke, your opinions about this. How much of it is just? I mean, obviously you need to be quick, but how much of it is just sheer power? Because when you look at Stahl, when I've noticed Stahl, and I don't watch him all the time when he's taking faceoffs, a lot of it seems to me like he's just like using his frame to like just push out the other guy. I mean, yeah, he's getting the puck, but it's not just stick work. I mean, like his whole body is like going into the other player. Am I wrong in that perception?
No.
Okay.
It's one part strength, one part timing, like Paul said, and the third part is whatever the scorekeepers, where Wade Minter usually sits, whatever they feel like deciding. It's a toss-up. Unless it's a clean win, they're kind of at their own discretion, like to decide.
Yeah, because
I think he won that draw. We're gonna give it to the Canes that time. No, we're gonna give that one. That one looks more like a Predators win.
Oh, so it's not
like the guy who wins the face-off doesn't necessarily retain the puck.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's where the discretion comes in. So when the wingers come in to help out, they kind of determine possession after X number of seconds. I mean, and that's how they determine the wins. And
yeah, so say Holla's facing off against say Holla's facing off against Trocheck, and Trocheck wins the puck to his left-hand side, but the Nashville winger comes in and picks up the puck. That will most likely count as a face-off loss because they've not retained possession. Whereas Trocheck wins the puck back and it goes to, I don't know, Jake Bean, that's a face-off win. But it's not always like that.
Yeah, on a toss-up draw where possession isn't clear at first, it's first clear touch wins.
So it sounds like that the people who are judging the face-off win or loss are the same people who are judging figure skating at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, I guess you could draw that comparison. Yeah.
They also determine what's a hit and what isn't.
Exactly. What's embellishment and what's in it.
NHL scorekeepers, yeah, those people that sit in that little glass box.
Yeah, I was never really fully aware of those statistics until you scroll all the way down the end of the NHL like game center thing, and they have all these links to these sheets of information like face-off wins and blah blah blah, and it's got all these stats. I'm like, how many guys are like keeping track of every single stat that's going on in this game? It's amazing.
There's so many metrics going on. It's unreal.
With Wade Minter.
What's that, Zach?
I just said every game, if you watch, there's like this 3 or 4 old men that sit with Wade Minter.
White old men.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I have noticed they're all white. Yes,
of course.
Yeah, white old guys.
Yeah, but like, how do I get that job? That's my dream job. I want to sit in the penalty box. I want to be the guy who sits in the penalty box and opens the doors. How do I get that? Where do I go? Is that on monster.com, LinkedIn? We got to know someone. I don't know, but that's what I want to do for a living. That'd be awesome.
I don't know if
that's the kind of stuff that I do for the 5 Flyers here.
Yeah,
for free.
But I want to sit in the penalty box and watch. Like, I want to like sit with Roman Yossi and be like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah, they probably have a lot of back and forth conversations with those guys in the penalty.
I hope so, right? Like, you think they do, but
I'm
like,
kidding. Just kidding.
I
I
doubt it.
definitely would.
Oh, so here's a question. I didn't really follow Twitter amongst all of us to see what the opinions were. Obviously, the hit on Tavares was not intentional. At least I don't think it was intentional. I don't think Perry could
No
have done
chance.
anything differently.
No
But
chance.
the question is, should Foligno have fought Perry? Paul?
Yes.
Yes or no?
In my opinion, no. But I understand why he did it.
Okay. Other opinions.
I think-
Zach, you're saying no.
I feel the
Zach, you're
same
saying
way.
yes.
The
Why?
captain of the team got taken to the hospital. You got to do something.
Okay. Even
That's
if it wasn't
That's
even if it
literally
wasn't
it.
intentional.
Nope. The captain of the team got taken to the hospital. You got to do something. That's it. I don't care. That's it.
All right, Luke.
Like
So
I'm
basically,
aware.
you're saying it was only because it was a captain. So if that had happened to,
No,
I don't know,
Fourth
like
line
Hyman or
guy.
something like that, you're trying to say that there shouldn't have been a fight. I don't think there should have been a fight because there was no way Perry could have done anything there. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
I
like,
agree with you. I agree with you as well. Like I agree with that. Like I don't think Perry did anything. I think Perry did everything right. Like he saw him coming, and you can watch the video. Like he jumps. Like he tries to get out of the way. Like there's no way you could think he tried to hit him. Like he did his best to jump away from him. So I'm not mad at Perry, but like you got to defend your guy. Like I'm not mad at Foligno.
trust me, as a guy who spends 90% of his time on the ice looking for a fight, that's not a fight I would take on because it wasn't intentional.
Mm. Luke?
I mean, I don't think it needed to be policed. You could I mean, I'm on the side of you could see how bad he felt. Perry had absolutely no interest. He was just trying to get through the fight. He didn't want to get like
He didn't even
went
fight.
over and-
He didn't fight back. He
went over and checked on JT afterwards. And
Yeah.
respected the game and didn't throw bunches. He just kind of let him hit him.
Tabby, thoughts?
I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, like, I get sort of why they did it, but it kind of seems pointless, I guess, because
Mm.
if the guy already feels bad enough, like, why do it, you know?
I'm gonna fight Moose for that baby. I wanna hold that baby right now.
I just got home and he woke up. Can you say hey there, Woodlink?
Lincoln. Oh no, we scared him
Lincoln's a
away.
little sick. Lincoln's a little sick.
It's okay.
Oh,
Say
poor
hey.
thing.
There you are.
Hey, Bubba. So he's looking like he's missed his data today.
Oh yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm sure.
I'm glad I don't have babies right now. I've got a 7.5-year-old and 13-year-old, but I miss holding babies. I do.
Oh yeah, they're fun. They're fun to hold.
Yeah. How old is he?
Yeah.
6 months?
He's 8 months.
8 months. I was gonna say he looks like 8 or 9 months to me. So
He was 8 months on the 14th.
that's a great age. I love. They're so interactive at 8, 9 months old, and then you can't do anything about it. So anyway, Fred, fight or no fight?
He started crawling, so
I wouldn't have fought. It wasn't intentional. I mean, it's not like that was just unfortunate is what it was. It's not like it's not like he tried to take off his head like what's his name did to Falk, So, I mean,
Right? Yeah, that guy should have gotten beat down.
wouldn't have done it.
Absolutely.
Adri,
Thank you.
Was there a ruling on that? I knew you were supposed to meet with them, but I haven't seen if there was a result.
Yeah, I didn't see a follow up.
I don't think there has been.
Hmm.
I think I would have seen it.
yeah, it'll likely be a $5,000 fine and a little pat on the ass and say, you'll sort it out yourself in the next game.
If it was
Yeah.
a $5,000 fine, he wouldn't have been invited to a Zoom meeting. He's going to get suspended.
It's Kadri who's like the second. It's like Tom Wilson and Kadri have the most resume for these sort of things. He's
Mm.
been
Ed, how
suspended a
did you
lot
not?
for this.
How did you not get the sarcasm in my voice there?
Because I'm too busy driving, breaking the
He's
law
been-
by being dedicated, like you read about, to this tailgate.
True.
That's why I didn't get that sarcasm. That and you just sound like an asshole all the time, Paul. So
Got his ass.
Brilliant.
So Moose, did you have an opinion about the fight? You think that Felina should have thrown fists with Perry or no?
Yeah, the Tavares situation in Toronto.
By the way, I think Felino's out injured because of it.
Is he? Well, karma.
I think
There you
so.
go.
I don't know. Like, if we were to, Moose is muted. I don't know if he's able to talk or if he's trying to.
There we go. Sorry about that. I was doing something. The fight last night. I didn't even see. I haven't seen the hit. I haven't looked up the hit because I don't want to see that. But
Not good.
It wasn't really a hit. Like, he kind of ran into the guy's knee, and like the guy was trying to get out of the way, but he hit his head on his knee and kind of like threw his head back.
The hit's bad. The aftermath is 1,000 times worse.
yeah, I heard he like tried to get up and then fell back down.
It was not good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't. I get they wanted to stand up for their captain, I guess, but I mean, it wasn't intentional.
No.
So, I don't know, man.
Amanda, are you on with us? I don't want to avoid anybody. Tabitha, do you have an opinion? Watering your garden?
No, she's watering the garden right now. I can hear the water. Oh, there she is. She's still watering.
I didn't recognize who it was with the hat on. The
Yeah,
hat
she's
totally changed her appearance. I thought she was
This
Here's
is
the dog on
my
that.
grandma hat.
the big
It's-
glasses and the hat. I thought for sure
Yeah.
we had a new tailgater. I was all ready to welcome her in. So
no, do
No,
not.
nope. Just my being super pale and needing sun protection while my garden is happening.
She brought this hat to the beach.
I only water in the evening. I don't water in the day. And then, of course, now's a good time to water. The sun's off the plants mostly. But Tabby, what are you growing? Can you take us on a tour of the garden?
Yes,
Oh,
So-
goodness.
I'm very
I'm a garden
excited.
guy. I'm a garden guy. I like this.
Okay, so these are my petunias.
Yeah, they
But-
look very lovely. Nice.
They're doing really well. So we have so we've got beans on the end. They're not doing so hot though, but I grew yes, they are. Oh wow. I didn't even know those. Those were there.
Are they? I just planted my beans like last week. Seriously. So
Well,
are
I grew these. I grew these from seeds. So we have to start them like way earlier rather than it
Yeah.
being like the ones you buy at Home Depot or
No,
whatever.
I planted seeds too.
Oh, okay.
I just was
Good.
very late. I was very late on mine. So are they pole beans or bush beans?
I think they're pole. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what I'm doing. It's very much. I've learned about the persistence of life because I don't know what I'm doing, and yet things survive.
Yep. But you have a bean on it already though, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's two. Nope, three.
I will,
Three.
I will tell you, I grew pole beans a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, and if they get very big, they're not very good, in my opinion. You kind of have to get them when they're kind of small before the beans inside them get big, unless you're growing them for just more beans, or sometimes people, hey, Paul, you leaving us?
No, it's invite Moose.
Oh, okay. Oh, is Moose leaving us?
Good to see you, Moose.
Forget the
Hey,
chat
thanks for being in here,
exists.
man.
Yeah, I gotta go. If we do it Sunday, I'll be on. Say bye.
Okay, we'll try.
Oh, bye, Lincoln.
See y'all.
They're
See
so
ya.
funny when they're
Yeah.
that age. Holy cow. I love kids when they're that age. So anyway, that's my advice on pole beans. Take them when
Yeah,
they're
we'll
small.
we'll see. I can never get them to like be ready at the like all at the same time. So then you end up with like two beans at once, and like that's no good.
You do have to. Do you ever? Do you know about blanching the beans?
No, what is this?
So you can just it's hard to just freeze like fresh vegetables without blanching them first. And so what you can do is you can take your 2 beans, you can cut them up. You only have 2 beans. You just boil a little bit of water and you throw them in the boiling water for like not even a minute. And then you take them out and you put them on a paper towel and you dry them really well and then put them in a bag. Just make sure they're dry. And then put them in a bag and put them in the freezer and just kind of build up your frozen beans as you go along. You can't obviously you can't can beans doing that way. You have to have a lot of beans to can beans, but canning beans requires a pressure cooker. So a real deal one. You can't use an Instant Pot to can beans.
Right.
So. Yeah, so if you just look up blanching, it's really easy. Throw them in boiling water.
I
You
should
can't
look
boil
it
them.
up.
The point is not to cook them.
Right.
You're not cooking them when you blanch them. You just basically flash boil them, take them out, dry them, freeze them, and then once you have a big bag, then you can make them. So
That's really smart because that's always been like I've never like my zucchini and squash all happens at the same time, and then I'm just like coming out the ears with them, to be honest. But nothing else is all at the same time. I
can't grow zucchini. My zucchini get frickin' squash bugs in them. I try to grow them twice here, and I cannot do it.
The zucchini that is doing super well. This might be squash, but either way. And this is the zucchini, and it's only been there.
Is this your first time planting zucchini there?
No, I did it last year.
Okay, because zucchini plants get really big.
Yeah, no, it'll tumble over and then it'll kind of go.
Maybe I should put mine up in the air. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's
a whole. If you have too much zucchini, I will tell you right now that you can look this up on the internet. It's not like Ross's secret recipe. It's Rachel Ray's double chocolate zucchini bread or zucchini muffins. I make the muffins. They are outrageous. They are so good. When I make them, I just want to hide them from the family because I want to eat all of them. They are so good. Holy crap.
Well, I should learn how to do that because is it like banana bread? It's just like zucchini.
Yeah. So the moisture comes from zucchini. So you have to have like 3 cups of grated zucchini, and then you really kind of try to press out as much moisture as you can because it already has moisture in it. Because you don't want really soupy, your mixture. But you put chocolate chips in there and a couple tablespoons of chocolate Hershey's chocolate powder. They're so good. Oh my gosh, they're just like right now I'm like want one. So well, that's cool. Marshall, welcome back in.
What's up?
Not too much. Care too. Good to see you.
Yeah, hi.
So Care too, have you made it all the way through the games?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What is sleep?
Yep. Justin, welcome back. Sound down there. I don't know what it has been. The last couple of games I've been to, I've been like keyed up once I got home. I've been tired, but not tired. Like I want to sleep, but I'm emotionally jittery. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
The adrenaline's still pumping through the veins, Ross.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tabitha has to drive back to friggin' Greensboro whole time. I hope she's staying awake.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, I was pretty wired both times, and then when I got home, it still took me about an hour to go to sleep. So I got 3 hours of sleep both nights.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I used to be able to do that when I was younger.
Is there nothing you could carpool with from like your neck of the woods?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm sure there are people around here, but I don't know them. I mean, the closest person is maybe Mary, but she still kind of lives like North Charlotte, I think.
Mary's closer towards Matthews. Not all the way to
Okay.
Matthews, but closer towards Matthews.
She's
like
not
south.
that far from me then. She's maybe like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I had maybe like mentioned a little bit, but I can't get off of work, so I would have had to wait till like 3. So I didn't know if she wanted to do that or not, though.
I think she left at 3, so that probably would have been perfect.
Oh my
but I'll connect. y'all. I hope y'all connect because I think she has playoff strips for second round as well. So plus, I don't know if anybody saw, we got some piece of equipment that's going to allow us to have 16,000 fans versus
Yeah.
12,000 today. That got confirmed for second
What's that?
round.
Tell me about that, Jack. I don't know anything about it.
We I don't know the logistics. I'm not that intelligent, but we got some piece of cooler equipment that's going to allow us to go from 12,000 to 16,000 for round 2. It got announced maybe an hour ago, right around when we started here. I started seeing it on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
We got some thing. It's super complicated. We have to have something with air quality or something for the NHL to allow us to move past 12,000, and we bought it. But yeah, that'll be cool.
One of my buddies commented on a post I put up on Facebook the other day. I think I posted up basically the hype from the game, and I'd said that's incredible that the kind of noise you're getting from 12,000 fans. So when another 7,000 fan gets in, it's going to be incredible. And he commented that he reckoned that maybe 16,000 fans had gotten into the arena on Wednesday night. Because I mean, if you look at the video footage, it does look super stacked.
So the main reason why is because we have the largest lower bowl in the NHL, and they're not doing social distancing. They're just doing quantity or like a numerical limit. So they're packing the lower bowl. So there's basically no empty seats in the lower bowl. There might be a handful, but there's not many. And all the empty seats we're putting are way in the upper bowl. So you hardly ever will see that on TV.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah. The upper bowl is even hard to see. Like
in the arena,
I'm sitting in the second deck at the club level, and I can't really even tell, except for like as far as like the left hand side of me above the shoot twice zone, I can kind of see the third deck up there, but not even very really. I actually get a better sense of how full the stadium is by sitting in the third section, by sitting in the third tier. I get a lot better idea of like who is there. So, but that's normally where I sit. I normally sit in the nosebleed seats. So Brandon and Justin, we already asked this question a couple people, but just to get your opinion, should if you saw the hit on Tavares and then the subsequent fight, do either of you have an opinion about whether that fight should have happened?
I don't know. Like, I don't think it was intentional, but like I could also see being that guy's teammate and wanting to fight somebody after it, you know?
It does seem to be Zach's opinion about it.
I mean, I'm a little biased because the Habs are my second favorite team, but it's I don't have a problem that there was a fight. I have a problem with the way that the fight continued after his helmet had gotten knocked off, after Corey's helmet got knocked off.
Right.
I thought that was a little dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I didn't express my opinion about it yet. I definitely understand the emotional component of Foligno being fired up. And if, he's a new guy, he's a rental basically. And I could see him wanting to, kind of making sure that the team knew how important he thought the Tavares was to the team. And Foligno was wasn't he the captain or a captain in Columbus?
Yeah.
But he's not a captain there in Toronto, obviously. He knows the importance of the captaincy. I think that he would have fully expected somebody to do it for him, and maybe that's why he threw gloves, is because, like, listen, if I go down the ice, if I go down, especially if I'm getting carted off, like, I don't care who did it, I don't care what the circumstances are, like, y'all better step up for me. And I can understand that perspective, but I don't know, I don't agree with it. I don't think he should have thrown the gloves. I mean, there's absolutely zero that Perry could have done. He felt bad about it. He went over and, he said in the media, he knows John Tavares. He's not like, he doesn't want anything bad to happen to that guy, and saw him off the ice. I'm all for, I don't like fighting per se, but I understand its place in hockey when there's an obvious like need for it, right? To stand up for your guy if he's been cheap shotted or something else. I'm like, okay, it's on. Like, let's do it. But that fight yesterday just seemed like it just
that
seemed
much
out of
of a
place.
fight too. It felt very theatrical.
It did. I mean,
felt
especially
like-
since Perry was just kind of like just trying to hold him away. He's just like, punch me in the helmet. Okay, whatever, dude. Get it out of your system. So,
Yeah.
what do you think, Care2? Did you like the fight or no?
Nothing. Well, I didn't watch that game because obviously I tried to watch only the games and Avs games, but I think it was unnecessary because like it was an accident and
Right.
like Perry really didn't fight. It was just he let Foligno like punch him. So what the fuck is point in that?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get it. But I do understand it from the emotional side of it though. Just
Yeah,
just
I
in
get
terms of
that.
like just being fired up about it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. My hat keeps disappearing into my virtual background. It's kind of funny.
I have something completely not on that subject, but
Please bring it in. Does it have to do with gardening or zucchini muffins?
no.
Oh, okay.
I like zucchini, but no. Are we surprised that they're going with Saros again?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Not really.
That guy's
Like,
been
why
on
would
fire.
they not? Well, sort of. I mean, I guess.
I mean, so we won the game. We won the game 5-2 on game 1. One of those was an empty net goal, right? Svech's the last goal was empty net.
Mhm.
Really, of the 4 goals that they scored against Saros, like basically one was his direct, like he probably should have had it. So of the 4 goals, 3 of them went in kind of in fluky situations, and one was like kind of iffy. And then last night or Wednesday night's game, I mean, that dude was just. We should have won that game like 5-0. I mean, we were just hammering them, and he kept out 3 shorthanded chances. Each one of those goals should have gone in. No
Yeah,
question.
like
So
they got
I'm
like
not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.
I'm keeping him in.
yeah, and didn't they got like 7 power plays or something?
7,
And didn't
yeah.
score single of goals. So it hasn't been Saros' fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I mean,
think-
like, I guess I was assuming they might try and give Pekka a chance.
No.
Yeah, like-
no.
Mm,
I think the same reason net is in net is the same reason Saros is in net. I mean, you ride your hot hand. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not a hockey expert by any means. I think the only reason you'll ever see if this game goes more than 5 games, if this goes more than 4 or 5 games, the only reason I think you'd ever see Pekka Rinne in net is if it's like tonight's game. If the Predators lose 4-0 and none of those are empty net goals, then you might see Rinne in net for game 4. But other than that, they're riding that dude. I think after his performance toward the end of the season, and especially now in the playoffs, I mean that guy's gonna be making bank. I mean, he's a really solid keeper.
yeah.
Hey, AJ, welcome. Also, Aaron.
How's it going?
Bright and early in your part of the
Yeah, I
world.
know. You got me up early on a Saturday. You've accomplished more than most.
Oh, Aaron, it's been happening to those Blues, man. Oh,
man, are you watching still?
I'm not watching the games. They're on like 1:20 a.m. I don't have Kurtu's fortitude. I don't have her makeup.
Our next game is
I
on
don't
only
have
a
any
couple.
makeup.
Our next game is only on a couple of hours after the Canes game finishes today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who
So
knows?
get onto that one, Ross.
Maybe I'll be able to watch that one. So, but yeah,
Has
I
your
actually
person arrived?
I was actually following that Western Bulldogs game on my phone. Like for some reason I woke up at 3 a.m. and that morning, and they were still playing, and I saw the score, and I'm like, oh man, this is like, because I'm the fan of the teams that I'm a fan of in American football, college football, who typically like lose really big leads. I was like,
So you
oh
felt right at
man.
home.
Going into the fourth quarter, I'm like, this is. I hope the Blues can pull this off, but I was so disappointed to see the loss.
Yeah, I was watching the Essendon game in a pub a couple of weeks before that, and the Essendon game about 5 minutes to go, and the Essendon supporter behind me said, "Oh, it's over now." And I turned around to him and said, "Oh, you haven't seen many Carlton games, have you?" Where's Moose? I thought Moose was on.
He was in here. He was in here, but Lincoln, his little boy, was sick, so he had to attend to him.
That's so good.
So yeah, he's a cutie pie. That little Lincoln, he's sweet.
Yeah, so. I come for that Moose Twitter content. He's gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Justin, it looks like you're drinking ketchup. I will say. It's like you were.
No, it's a Miller Lite.
Yeah,
keeping it classy.
Yeah.
I'll say I walked down. So I live in Washington, D.C., and I was walking down to the liquor store in my Jersey, and random, like, you get yelled at in D.C. a lot randomly, and this dude was yelling at me. I'm like, what is this dude's problem? But he was yelling. He was doing his best Jordan Martinook impression, and he was yelling Mr. Svechnikov as loud as he could. And I'm like, I hope we play the Caps, because I'm going to be just the biggest jerk and just like yell and scream and walk through the city in my jersey the whole
awesome.
time.
Just don't die,
Justin,
okay?
Justin, how does that Mr. Svechnikov shout go?
He wasn't the one doing it.
Do it.
I was going to do it from my rooftop the other night, but my apartment, my girlfriend was like, we have neighbors, and they do not know what's happening.
That's hilarious.
If we play the Caps, it's happening. Like, I'll record it. Yeah. I'll do it the whole time.
That's interesting. That's funny.
Honestly, Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Tabby.
I was just going to say, honestly, I'm at the point right now. I've got one more week in this place. I'm about to scream Mr. Svechnikov tonight if he scores. Like, I don't even care anymore about these guys that live around me.
You got it, Marty or
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Especially needs to step up. So he needs to score some goals besides empty netters, for sure. So, I was listening to part of. I only saw the first 10 minutes or so, not even that much, of Steve Dangle's
I love Steve Dangle
vodcast on. Man, I would love to have that guy in the tailgate sometime. That would be so awesome. His vodcast about the Leafs, and he called. No, it wasn't. It was actually one of his. Anyway, one of the video that he did. He called Hyman from the Leafs. He said the best 30-goal scorer who's never scored 30 goals. I'm like that sounds a lot like Svechnikov, maybe. The same thing. Oh man. And your boy Vincent better step up, Zach. You need to have a chat to him.
I mean, yeah. In terms of goals, he's been a little lacking, but
he's getting his chances.
I don't think he's been bad. He's winning a lot of faceoffs. He's doing a lot of stuff. He just hasn't scored.
He's pretty close.
Yep.
I don't think
robbed last Wednesday.
Any word on Slavin? Did I miss something?
The word is that he is nursing something that's probably going to require surgery in the offseason, and he's kind of going to play when he feels like he can play. So.
Oh, sorry. I meant for this game.
Yeah, no. I think he's going to be out. Is the word?
Yeah.
That was the midday word. I don't know if anything's changed since noon our time, but
does anybody have any speculation as to what that's all about?
Nope, I do not.
we could afford to lose Aho before we could lose Sladen.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
It was the last player I would take off the ice. I would take everyone else
Yeah.
off before leaving.
Yeah.
But oh well, it worked all right on Tuesday with 7 penalties, or Wednesday with 7 penalties. So
Yeah, but you do that against the Lightning, and it's a different story.
yeah, exactly. So I'd rather get 2 weeks break right now.
Oh yeah.
And be able to
Well,
play against the
get
Lightning.
2 weeks break, but it sounded like Brindamore when we talked the other day. He said, I think Brindamore's exact quote was like, it sounded. Brindamore said it's something he's going to be fighting all postseason.
Right. That's
I'm like,
why
is this
it's
like a
gonna be
hamstring or is this a hernia? I remember when Martinook, was it 2 years ago? Martinook was kind of fighting it the whole postseason, and there was a video of him in the locker room, and he had his, I don't know what they call those. It wasn't underwear, whatever it is they wear under their breezers.
Girdle.
But his, say what?
It's like, isn't it called a girdle?
I don't know.
They're
They
like
look like
jockey shorts now.
Yeah. Whatever those are, Paul. Whatever they call them. But his leg was entirely taped up, and it was like taped up to his waist. And then it came out later on that it was a hernia. And I'm like, like maybe that's it. Maybe that's what he's dealing with.
I mean, look at Dallas, for example, right? Like Sagan and Ben Bishop fought through injuries, and Kucherov as well fought through injuries the entire playoffs last year, and they didn't play in the regular season like at all. Like Bishop didn't return, Kucherov didn't return the regular season. Sagan returned for like 6 games. So this is what happens for teams that are going deep in the playoffs. You're going to have players. Like it's possible Slavin does whatever he does, and then we don't see him until January. That's something we're going to have to look at. That could very much happen.
All right, Tabitha, let's go Kings.
Do you think Slavin hurt his leg making that 2-leg pad save one of the Nashville games, like the regular season games?
I know he was hurt. He was hurt toward the end of the season.
He played. Slavin played the first period of the second to last game, right, on the Saturday, and then missed the second and third, and then missed the next game on Monday, and then played the first playoff game the following Monday, and then missed Wednesday, and it looks like he's going to miss tonight. So
it didn't look at it. He didn't look hurt in game 1, which is probably a credit to him. He looked his old self
fine
in game 1.
How many minutes did he play in that game 1? Do we know?
I reckon it was over 20. It was 21 or something, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, someone look it up. Typically, I mean, you want your first line defenseman. If you were to put each defenseman, right, 20, 20, 20, 3 defensive pairs, 3 periods, they should each play 20 minutes. So the first defensive pairing should typically play like 25-ish. You'll get Brett Pesce playing 30 when we have 7 penalties.
Yeah, Aaron was spot on. 21-25 in game 1.
That's a little low for him, I think, because like I was saying, 20 is like the minimum.
It was, but I mean, everybody that game, I mean, Slavin had 21-25, Pesce had 21-21.
Okay,
Hamilton
that's fair then.
Hamilton had 20-57, and then Shea had 18-45. And then the third pairing was Hakanpää had 16-12, and Bean had 13-44. So it was pretty evenly spaced that game.
Is Hakanpää still going out and smashing everyone?
I don't think he's been smashing people per se. I mean, I don't know how many hits he's had. Let me see. This is game 1.
This is the kind of stuff I don't get to see in the highlights.
I know
he had 5 hits in game 1, Paul.
All right, Paul, I'll send you my NHL Live password. Just watch the whole replay.
There's an idea.
Yeah, well, I think there's a
Playoffs, you've got to
website I
watch
can
the whole
use to
game.
watch. I could probably watch the whole game again on NHL 6-6. I've never really thought of
I
it.
don't know what that is, but
It's a site that I was using for totally legal live streams.
A legal streaming website. It's the most famous hockey illegal streaming site.
Hey Ross, I think Lindsay's trying to get in.
well, if you If you need a password for NHL Live to watch it on replay, because I found a bunch of free sites that you could watch it live on, but you couldn't watch any replays on it.
Yeah, if I can't get that to work, I'll fire you a message, bud.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
The one thing I will add is I'm really bad at like evaluating defensemen because they're a lot harder to evaluate than like if they're not scoring goals, it's hard to necessarily say how well they're doing. But Adam Gold, obviously the local sports reporter, has been a big fan of Hakanpää over the past 2 games. He said he's been playing very well, like a lot better than he expected. So that's something to add. Hakanpää, I don't think is a problem.
Nah, yeah.
Why would he be a problem?
The one.
I mean, go ahead.
I mean, not for that reason. I'm saying. I was just
The one
asking.
thing. The one thing about defensemen though is you're right, Zach. It's harder to tell if they're playing really well, but it's easy to tell if they're playing really bad, and you.
Oh yeah,
you can't
like
see
if you're
that.
Jake Gardner and get skated around and someone scores on you, and it's easy. But that's more of a Jake Gardner problem and a Justin Falk problem. But we'll leave it at that.
Don't bag out my man Falk.
Not
I
today.
love Falk.
I don't know if he's still hurt. I haven't seen any updates. I hope he's okay.
Yeah. Well,
But-
bloody
Lindsay,
hell.
what's up?
Hello.
So I didn't
Lindsay.
follow up. Did you wind up getting harassed in game 2, or was it all cool?
No, I had a great experience in game 2.
Oh, good.
And I got some. I did some towel thievery at the end whenever.
Dude, I've been trying to teach
Oh.
my friends to do towel thievery, but they're not about it. It's a tough
I'm like,
life.
what is it gonna do? They just donate it eventually. Like it's not hurting anybody to take the towels that they leave.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Especially if you don't send it to Australia.
Aaron, I have some extra towels. If you're interested, let me know.
Are you kidding me? I would love an extra playoff towel.
Aaron, we'll get you something. We have
Oh,
the
man.
first 2 games, so
Cheers, Zach. Thank you. I'll text you.
I'd
Well,
rather
we've
give
got-
it to you than someone that's in Raleigh that just didn't go to the game. And it's like, oh,
Somebody's-
can you get me one?
There's going to be
Go to the
people
game.
eating their fists when I say this, but my wife
Oh,
and I
you want
went to
one?
the game on Monday night, and I get back home. I wake up on Tuesday. I go downstairs to the downstairs bathroom. It's a half bath downstairs. And I look on the towel rack for the bathroom, and the towel's hanging there that she got. The playoff towels hanging on the towel rack. I'm like, oh.
Oh, if you want one, I've got one.
Yeah, Paul also.
That'd be great. I'd appreciate that. I've got a towel from every home game 2 seasons ago when we went to
Wow.
the Eastern
Right.
Conference Championship game.
Okay.
They
Paul.
make me out in the garage.
Paul, do you have any plans to come here if we make it a couple rounds further? Or are you allowed to legally? I'm not even aware.
Lindsay, what is that crap on your shirt?
The Scottish government's telling people that they should not travel unless it's necessary.
Sounds
This
necessary.
sounds like it
so
would be necessary.
But
past that one. Anything else?
when 2 years ago when the Bruins swept us, I already had everything in place for coming over for like games 3, 4, and possibly 6. But that never happened. Fuck the Bruins.
Seriously.
Speaking of which, what has Lindsay got on her shirt? It looks like bird crapped on it or something. What?
Lindsay, face away from us solely during this.
Something
Do not
crapped
face
on it.
forward.
Every time I've worn this shirt and we've played, we've done very well. So I do this and then I change into my sweater and then
Okay.
that's it.
All right. For that purpose, it's permissible.
I respect tradition in any form.
It's
Yes.
my emotional support shirt. Like everybody has this emotional support water bottle. Mine is this 2XL shirt.
Nice. So, Aaron, I don't know if you've looked up the status. Evidently, this got to Miami on the 12th, the box. And then on the 16th of May, it said in transit to next facility. So the Miami was the Miami, Florida International Distribution Center. So I don't know.
No. That's what happened
this
with
is-
mine.
That was the
what you
same
just
thing that
said.
happened when Zach sent me over my Pores for Scores shirt.
What's that?
Spent some time in Miami. It was going like the opposite way from where it needed to come.
Wow. Who wouldn't want to have a couple of nights of partying in Miami? Come on.
They just want to have fun.
Yeah.
We
Maybe you'll
ordered
have some beach sand in it by the time you get it. So.
we ordered 2 jerseys, or not jerseys, but playoff shirts from the Carolina Pro Shop, and they went all the way to Detroit and
What?
came back here. Yeah, it took forever to get here. We sent my mom one, and it went like straight to her, but like ours had to go to Detroit and come back. So.
Oh, I could beat that though. I could beat that. Minter sent me a Christmas card, not last year, the year before, and it arrived in round about my birthday at the end of January, and it went to Taipei.
That's a journey.
It had a stamp on it saying "Miss sent to Taipei," so it went to Taipei, then back to the States, and then here.
Well, but Minter's handwriting is crap, so I could understand why they would have.
I'll see if I can find a photo.
So Lindsay, how long have you had said comfort shirt? Emotional
long.
support shirt.
Like when my cousin was on the Bruins, like it's like 2006, 2007.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, when was Dougie on there? So probably like 2012 then. I don't know. I've had it for a long time. And then I tried it.
2011 draft, I think.
Yeah. So it was like 2011, 2012. I don't know.
Your cousin played for the Bruins.
My cousin's Chris Kelly.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
now he's their amateur scout.
Very nice.
Oh wow. So does he give you crap when they beat us in the playoffs every year? Does he? Or
Well, he's like one of those like distant cousins. Like he's like my grandma's
okay.
best friend's son. But
Well, that's probably good come playoff time.
yeah, but I was gonna be his nanny for a while, and then I was like, good, I can get access to Dougie. And then he was like, probably very weird that you know that.
Well, I mean, I kind of feel like I'm glad you're wearing the shirt because I want us to do well. And if we do well, great, keep the shirt. But if we don't do well, then I look forward to another shirt burning ceremony. So.
No, I like
Tabby's like,
my
yes.
friends know. Like I come home from the bars and put this on. Like it's like an issue.
I'm just not in charge of that burning ceremony. It can't be.
Zach, that was rough. I was like, why are you putting that hot stovetop in a plastic bag?
Did you do that, Zach? Or
we did, but it was kind of a mess.
It was potentially we probably could have burned down the entire parking lot, I think, at one point.
Yeah, it was bad. So. I'm really surprised I didn't get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
I don't think. If it didn't happen already, it's not going to.
No, it's not. You're fine. So, but I think you might have had a couple of fruit smashes before that burning happened. I think that probably is what.
Oh, probably like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not a.
Monday was way worse for me than Wednesday.
Wednesday was a chore for me. Like I destroyed. Like, fun fact. Let's look at this. Hold on. I've been using this for the past 24 hours.
Oh man, dude, what'd you do?
At Crutch, filming the video with Lainey or Amelia Bedelia and our friend Josh with the whole Vagisil situation. If you know, you know. Tabby's laughing because she's fully aware. We were filming a video, and I dove on this like it's a whole thing. But yeah, I messed up my knee and I could not walk yesterday.
Okay, so the headline is Canes fan Caniac Zach injures himself filming a video with Victory Vagisil.
Yeah, that happened.
It could have been all the used Band-Aids that were on the ground too. That was delicious.
Oh man. Jeez Louise, where are we friggin' tailgating? Do we choose like the the worst lot? Or is like
It's
is this
from
like
the COVID vaccination clinic, but
is this like the medical waste site? Is that where we've set up tents? So that's nice.
I don't know what the Vaxxil was from unless there's something that like helps with swelling.
I can't wait till we find some used needles and some used condoms lying around. That'll be awesome.
We gotta save some surprises for the second round, but I have no idea. The Band-Aids are obviously from what Lindsay's talking about. It's been a big COVID distribution area for the past year, but for past 6 months or whatever. But yeah, it's been fun. I could not walk yesterday. I was bedridden the entire day because of messing up my knee, but
Oh, it's
we're
your
better
knee.
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're listed to day. That's good.
Yeah, I'm able to walk today. I couldn't walk yesterday. I only have the crutch still for stairs, but we're much better.
All right. Well, you'll be back to running your 5 miles every other day soon. That'd be good.
Oh, sure, for sure.
That's about as bad as me causing the Victory Vagisil situation.
It was a wild event. I don't know.
I don't know the story. I don't know the story here, Tabby. You're gonna have to relate it.
It's so stupid. I literally I got there on Monday, like 5 seconds in. I swear to God, I've just met everybody. And I shift my weight this way, and all of a sudden white stuff just goes everywhere. On Josh, was it?
Yeah, this guy Josh Holdner, who's a big Twitter guy, but he's never joined here.
Yeah. I've seen. I know who he is by face. Yeah.
Been a big in-person tailgate guy.
All right. So you showered him with Victory Vagisil.
Yeah.
As someone who was standing in like the little circle, it looked like a bird had dropped the line. I thought that's what it was for the longest time because I didn't really understand what happened. I thought it was a bird that had decided to drop
had shat upon him.
Its presence upon him, but that was not the case. It was Sabby who exploded something on him, and that was just sitting in the grass lot. And it worked, and we won.
Mm-hmm.
So Josh and I were like, all right, we got to do something again. So me, Josh, and Amelia Bedelia from Kane's Tailgates filmed a video. He had some hockey sticks and hockey net in the parking lot, and he did like a slap shot of a new tube of Vagisil that I bought because we're keeping the tradition going. And he shot it. It went through the net, and I was behind the net with a baseball mitt in case he missed the net. I was going to try and stop it from hitting someone's car. And I ran up and tried to stomp on it, and I missed. And I overextended my knee and fell, and it was a disaster.
This was before or after the fire?
Well before.
Tell me you're sober without telling me you're sober.
Obviously, if anyone was there yesterday, I obviously was not. But hey, you live your life.
Zach, I looked over at one point. You only had one eye open. Like you were just so concentrated on just seeing out of the one side of your head.
You got to focus.
Oh man, hilarious!
I made it home alive. Canes won. Great day.
Oh, man.
So I don't know if doors open late in Nashville, but it does not look like 12,000 fans are there at all. Like
They're
nowhere
also
close.
drinking.
Yeah, there might be.
They also don't have any towels out or anything like that. Like, is that like a Carolina thing? I thought every team did that.
At least Maple Leaf did that when I was there.
There's been a couple teams that have towels because I've seen some
the Pens
towels. Now, whether or not they have Petey Pablo, I doubt that.
They might have Tim McGraw or Carrie Underwood or something.
Oh, jeez.
Carrie usually sings great.
You got a yellow towel from the Nashville game.
What, Amanda?
He got a yellow towel when we went to the Nashville game. They had their stuff on it.
I think they have them outside and not on the seats. Because you go in.
Oh.
I did find it interesting that going into PNC on Monday was so difficult. Just lines were just outrageous, and then on Wednesday it was totally the opposite. We went to the stadium. I mean, I was watching the whole time to see if things were getting back up on the east side. It never did. And I don't know if people just got themselves in earlier or they figured out ticketing better. I don't know, or like examining tickets, but we just walked right in on Wednesday, and on Monday night I think we were in line for 20 minutes or more.
Mm-hmm. The ticket scanners were really slow.
Yeah.
Really slow.
Yeah, they work slower than the QR code scanners do.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a whole new setup, and they have to add a lot of people, I guess. But Monday's group was not great at their jobs. I don't know how difficult the job is. I've never done it, so it's hard to judge. But
he's going to criticize it anyway.
I mean, it was tough on Monday. Like the person, we handed them our phone, and it wasn't even me. It was Tabby, and it took them like 2 minutes to scan our phone with 2 tickets.
How much?
It took like 2 minutes.
Huh.
It took a while. They had to like pass the thing over like 20 times. It was tough.
Hey, everybody say yay, Drea. She just got her first vaccine.
Hey,
Yay!
What's up?
Congrats.
Where'd
I
you
had
get
to
it done?
embarrass her.
Where'd you get it done?
Oh, we went to a Harris Teeter in Apex.
Oh, I heard
West
about
William
the teats.
Street?
Hmm?
The one on West William Street?
No, it's off of 64.
Wait, what
That
channel
right?
was the game on tonight?
Oh, okay, that one.
Valley.
Why don't I see any Bally?
Hey,
game
Marshall, it
starts
looks
at
like people are outside smashing the car instead of going inside.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did that.
Paul posted a thing that was Paul Hemming. It's just people taking pictures with the smashed little car.
Okay, so I don't understand this. So the game starts at 7 though, hey?
Yeah, the pregame's on Bally right now.
I can't find it either. That helps.
Why on AT&T TV, which has Bally Sports South, it's showing Inside the Association right now, which is basketball, and then Destination Polaris, which is
Never mind, I found it.
What in the world?
Is that just like what the guide's saying? Because sometimes my guide doesn't show that the actual game is on, but it is.
No, that's a basketball thing. Oh, there it is. Yep, you're right. It was mislabeled. Ooh, about to have a heart attack there. So.
Yeah, I actually really love that car that they like had for people to bash today, because for the past like 2 or 3 days, there's just been like Kane's advertising sitting in front of Bridgestone.
Also, the crowd looks really diverse.
You think? No.
Unlikely. I'm also having conversations with the National Billboard Company about how much it's going to cost to put the Nature's thirst trap picture on their billboard.
Which one?
I'm trying to get the Nature's thirst trap picture on their billboards. But I might end up having to do it in like Tampa or something, because if we win tonight, it's not worth it. Because then like I might.
Tampa's not a guarantee to win. I mean, Florida pulled it off last night. I couldn't believe they did it.
Seriously, I gave up when it was 5-3, and then all of a sudden it was 5-5, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Happy for him.
Yeah. So who's going to win these series that we have going around here? What are our predictions?
The only really interesting conference is the Canadian one, right? Both lower seeds won game 1. That's interesting. Winnipeg and Montreal both beat.
People must be nervous
Edmonton.
about submitting predictions for tonight's game, because we only got 3 predictions for tonight's game.
I'll do mine.
Florida's got a chance.
Well, Florida won last night. They lost 2 at home.
I know.
So.
Yeah, I know. It just seems like with the guns that Tampa got back. and their power play absolutely killing it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, if Florida wins game 4, though, then they get game 5 at home. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that it helped them in the first 2 games. So
For sure, but
they were pretty close game 1.
the game 1 was fine. I think game 2 was a little iffy.
Excuse me. So Amanda, what shot did she get? Moderna or it's Pfizer, isn't it? Because Pfizer is the one that's approved. Yeah, it's Pfizer.
We're getting the AstraZeneca down here, but it's only for over 50s at the moment. Over 70. Yeah.
Paul got his AstraZeneca recently. Trey, I'm sorry that the Moderna shot kicked your butt, man. Trey's not listening anymore.
Now, the AstraZeneca has been sort of linked to some blood clots or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Women's birth control for centuries, so that didn't stop doctors from prescribing it.
Good point.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a lot of feelings because I got a blood clot from birth control in 2016. So I'm like,
yeah,
they don't need to pull a life-saving drug off, like because there's like a 3% chance or like a 0.03% chance. Like,
put it this way, my mum's not. Oh, she's not bad, but she's not in the greatest of health, and she was worried about it. And she's asked 5 of their doctors, and all 5 said just take it.
yeah, take it, and then if you're really worried, you can take baby aspirin. You literally buy it at the drugstore, like things like 80 milligrams.
Yeah, well, Dad's doctor said, "Oh, that's fine. If you're really worried about it, just walk around the block once a day."
He's worried walking around would give him blood clots.
No, walking around as in that helps the blood flow.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, it's pretty funny that like here it's pretty well. It's restricted here because no one's really got it anymore, or we've got no real people there. So we've given quite a few to Papua New Guinea and things like that to countries that are doing it a bit worse. But and over there, I see people bloody getting vaccinated at the game. That's pretty funny. I'll go to a hockey game